talk to your crush.
It's not that scary.
It's worse to just sit in the anxiety, because then you're just gonna repeat that cycle over and over and over and over again in your life. If you see a good thing, why not make the first move? Don't hold yourself back. The last time I was really into a guy was in early November, and I was just like, this guy is so cute. And I didn't know anything about him really, except that he was a communist, which, controversial, but also, he had a nose ring. We were just standing next to each other, and I don't even know what was going through my head at the time, but I was like, yo, I'm getting distracted because you're so fine. Guys, I don't really have Riz. Right after I said that, I was like, yo, that was kind of creepy. I felt like a guy that goes up to a girl and was like, yo, shawty, like, you're looking so fine. And he was kind of like, oh, thank you. And at that point, I was like, bro, I fumbled the bag. This guy is creeped out. We were at a skate park. Yeah, this was a skater boy, whatever, don't judge me. We had been skating around, and then at the end of the night, I go off to leave, and he's like, well, do you want my number? And at the point I was like, I did not know that worked. To this day, I do not know if this guy liked me, because the next time that we saw each other, I was about to leave, and he was like, oh, you're gonna leave? And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna leave. And he was like, oh. I was like, it's fine, I'll stay. So we ended up leaving together, and then as we were walking out, he was like, yo, do you want to share a cigarette? I don't have any animosity against people smoking, but I was like, oh no, thank you. That's not really good for the environment. That's not really my thing, whatever. I mean, it's not a deal breaker per se, but it's also not the healthiest thing. Again, if you smoke cigarettes, I'm not judging you. And then I ended up asking him, well, why do you smoke cigarettes? Has this been a thing in your life for a long time? And he was like, oh no, I just started smoking a year ago. This guy was 26 in college, and he was a philosophy major, and he told me that the reason he started smoking cigarettes was because all the great philosophers smoke cigarettes. And I was like, okay. This guy is a really amazing guy, and he's very intelligent and interesting and all those good things, but at the end of the day, I don't really think it was meant to be. He kind of ended up ghosting me. It didn't work out, but at the same time, I'm really glad I said something, because if I hadn't said something, I always would have been like, man, like, why didn't I shoot my shot? There was this one guy that I knew, and I remember there was this connection between us where when we talked, it was just, it was magnetic. And I really wanted to say something to him, but the anxiety and the fear held me back. And a couple years later, he got married. And at the time when I knew him, he didn't even know that girl. Like, if I said something, I could be married. No, I'm joking. I'm glad I'm not married to that guy. But at the same time, don't let your opportunities pass you by. If you feel in your soul that there's something there, that there's something fruitful, pursue it, because you honestly could be right. Some people will say, yeah, the first time I laid eyes on my wife, I knew she was the one. So follow that intuition, but also don't be creepy. Don't stalk that person. Don't tell that person every single day, oh, I'm so in love with you. But be present in their life. But also at the same time, leave yourself open to other options, because who knows? Who knows? Maybe you're stuck on the wrong person. It's good to talk to your crush and interact with them, because it will break the unrealistic expectations that you have in that relationship if you actually get to know that person. But after knowing your crush and interacting with them, if they still seem to be somebody who interests you and who you truly enjoy and like, go for it, bro. Seize the day. Carpe diem. If you've seen Dead Poet Society, you get that reference. Okay, bye.